Mm. Hey, lovely. Hey, how you doing? Hey, damn. Long time no see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you, lovely. Hey, Shakira. Hey, Shorty C. Where you been? Hiding? Haven't seen you in a while. Wait and let some more people come in and give my grandson's time to get out the kitchen with all that noise. Kitchen really first. Oh, okay. All right, sure. Good, good, good. Hey, everybody. Get that thumbs up. I know it does. For some reason, she's she's blocked, but she's. I mean, I don't have a block. I don't know what's the problem. She had told me that she had made a comment about the book reading, but because I guess she's blocked, I couldn't see her comment. You almost finished your mind? Okay. I hadn't tried to I haven't tried to contact YouTube. I didn't think they had anything to do with it. I I don't know. She can't get she, she can't get in. She can't make a comment or anything. She blocked from others. What you mean by others? because you haven't been staying online long like you used to be. Uh, no, I haven't. I really haven't. Well, mainly because it be really, lately it's been really dead. Um, it's been so quiet. Say like dazzle. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if she's. I'm guessing it shouldn't have nothing to do with anybody else's chat, but for some reason, I, my block list is empty. So no, you don't see her at all. Mm, mm, I don't know what happened. So yeah, I guess y'all see the streets are hot tonight, today, whatever. It's been wild. I'm trying to give a little. Oh, I forgot to let Tita talk. No, but okay. Everybody thumbed up. Okay. Thought I would have more than that, but let's see. Give a little time before I start reading. Now, y'all know I have a soft voice, so if I get my voice get too low, somebody just tell me um, to speak up. Hey, Rochelle, how you doing? Okay. I've been having to stay long. Okay. Well, thank you for coming by, Rochelle. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still in it. Oh, he's got the. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Mo, not Mo. Uh, Munch had just said said she couldn't. Where are you going? Where you going? Go in my room. You see him. Hey, Lonesome. Keenan, how you doing? Let's see. Oh, let's keep going in there. It's gonna be out in here, so. You already went back there. Where are you gonna sleep at? Hmm? Where you gonna go to sleep at? Where's 9:45? Oh, okay. We'll message you while you fly. Yeah, she can't chat anyway. Okay. I'm trying to get them out of here with all that noise. Okay, I'm going to read. What? I thought I just seen her on the video. I guess she won't be gone long. I just seen her on the video ranting and raving. I guess she got mad because Jay Wilson called her out. Hey, Rob, what's up? Nothing much. While y'all waiting, if people come in and want to network, they can do that. Y'all make sure y'all keep my voice up. Shakira, if I start to go down, because I got soft voice, and I want y'all to be able to hear me. Okay. Oh, once really? Oh, dang. You was a meathead from the neck up. Yeah, oh no, just done too much. She do too much and pick the wrong people. Wrong people. Okay, I'm gonna start off by reading the back of books. And the way we'll do it is I'm just thinking tonight. Okay, Rob. Go ahead, flirt. What we'll do, I'll read a story. If y'all have questions, you can ask questions. The first story that I'm going to read is going to be my wife's story, and that way, y'all can ask questions after I read her story. If you have any questions, you can ask me because I know about her story. The other stories, I'm gonna try to read 3 stories. The other stories, I don't really know much about their stories, but hers I do. So you can ask me any question, and most of them pertain to each of the women that's in this book. So we're gonna start out. The name of the book is Torch. It's still burning brightly. Okay. On the back of this book, it's life is no brief candle for me. It is a splendid torch that I have a hold on for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before I pass it on. Let me see. Okay, this torch, still burning brightly, continues the passing of the torch of hope begun in torch. Okay, this tells of remarkable courage and hope. Both books draw on the power of personal stories to inspire, empower, and encourage women with ovarian cancer. Torch, Still Burning Brightly is a collection of 26 compelling stories by women in the ovarian cancer support group, sponsored by the Virginia R. Vetto Patient Education Center at Baylor, Charles A. Sammons Cancer Center at Dallas. In these stories, the women reveal ways they draw from their emotional and spiritual resources to find meaning and hope through the ovarian cancer journey. In this book, you will read stories by seasoned travelers, 8 years, 11 years, and 19 years survivors. You will also find an inspirational poems and resources on ovarian cancer. Jay, this book, like the first one, comes as a beautiful gift for women on the ovarian cancer journey to others on this challenging journey. Okay. All right, and this story is Bertha Moore, my wife. Okay. She titled hers the Living the American Dream. It says, today is my 52nd birthday, a day I really didn't think I'd live to see. You see, I was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer and offered no hope of surviving beyond 3 months after the initial diagnosis that was 2 years ago. Like many liberated women of my era, I was living the American dream, free, black, successful, and very much aware of how many deaths were related to the various types of cancer. My journey began in April 2007, the day of my diagnosis. Let me tell you before we get in here, um, she has a sense of humor. Okay, so you might, she may say some crazy stuff. Okay, my symptoms began months prior to my 50th birthday. I undeniably had a textbook case of ovarian cancer. I was gases. I mean, she thought she had it was gas. Um, she uh, she she thought it was gas. Okay, I lost my way there. Okay, okay. Immediately felt full after meals. Suffered loss of appetite. Developed abnormal menstrual cycles, and finally developed abdominal swelling and bloating. I was treated for, for everything from acid reflux to parasites, and was even told that I was pregnant before undergoing a simple blood test that could have saved my life. By my 50th birthday, I had gone misdiagnosed for 6 months prior to my medical examination. An examination that would not have taken place if I had not refused to leave the doctor's office until he figured out what was wrong with me. And that's Bertha. She ain't going nowhere until you tell her what's wrong with her. Only then was I scheduled for a colonoscopy. A colonoscopy. Okay. And the thought of, okay, wait a minute, figured out what was wrong with me. Okay. Only then was I scheduled for a colonoscopy. Colonoscopy. Okay. And the thought of cancer arose. I underwent the colonoscopy, which found several that's nodes or nodes, nodes, I think it's pronounced, that were deemed non-cancerous in nature. However, my symptoms continued and grew even worse. If y'all have any questions, you can ask me, when I stop. Because I know if it was me, I couldn't wait till the end of the story and remember the questions that I want to ask. So if you have a question, I'll check you out. If somebody have a question, I'll answer you. As luck would have it, I returned to the clinic for further treatment when a female physician, one I often saw but who had been out on vacation and was just returning, took one look at me and my bloated stomach and immediately asked when I had had a mammogram. I replied, "You know that I have a scheduled medical exam annually, so what's the deal?" With that look in her eyes, she immediately ordered blood work and scheduled an ultrasound and CT scan for the following morning. Okay. Morning came soon enough, and I was off to the imaging facility, not knowing what to expect. The staff was courteous, and all went well until I on lay on the small exam table, and the ultrasound began. My background is in the field of technology, so I was familiar with the images projected by the ultrasound. I could see the large mass, and it wasn't good. My heart sank. At some point, I choked down a ball of barium and proceeded on to the CT scan. All I could visualize was the size of the mass located in my abdomen. Within 24 hours, I was referred to Baylor. Uh, I thought somebody had a question. I'm sorry. I looked up. Hey Mo, I was referred to Baylor University Medical Center and Dr. Carolyn Matthews. By now, I was mad as hell and wondering why a correct diagnosis had not been made sooner, especially since I showed all of the known symptoms of the disease. Sadly, I had no idea just how bad it was to be. I knew that I had to tell my family and those closest to me something. What? As my partner, Deepak, and I entered the Baylor Salmons Cancer Center, the sound of the revolving doors rotated behind us seemed endless. The sight of so many cancer patients, young and old, stiffened me, and the smell of chemotherapy was gagging. We made our way to the second floor where I was to meet Dr. Matthews for the first time. My only thought was that I really hoped she had her act together. My sister, Beatrice, and Decop were seated in the outer reception area as I proceeded back into the small confined room, housing what seemed to be a very large table. Facing me was a plastic sculpture of the female reproductive organs that indicated the various stages of ovarian cancer. Within 10 to 15 minutes, a young nurse introduced herself to me, provided me with numerous documents to complete, and asked me if I had any questions. My answer was yes. What exactly is wrong with me? Up until that point, no one, including my physician, had said the word cancer. She looked at me as if I was crazy, and I looked back at her just as stupid as I could and asked, well, bless her heart. She looked deeply into my eyes and took my hand and said, darling, the doctor will be with you shortly. that is her. Time seemed to stand still as I sat there staring at the plastic sculpture. Finally, Dr. Matthews came in and introduced herself to me. Her voice was soft and soothing, and I immediately felt at ease. Our conversation progressed, and I again asked the question, what's wrong with me? She looked puzzled and said, test results indicate a large mass on your right ovary and quite possibly ovarian cancer. I was stunned. I didn't hear another thing she had to say. At some point, I was scheduled for a biopsy. As I made my way out of the patient area and back to the waiting room, I could see Decop listening to her iPod. I tapped her on the shoulder and simply said, let's go. She asked what the doctors had said, And my reply was that we'll talk about it when we get home. I asked her if she was hungry. I decided we'll go to our favorite restaurant for Mexican food and a multitude of Long Island iced teas. All the while I was contemplating just how I would tell everyone what was going on. Okay. No questions? Okay, I'm trying to see if anybody have any questions. Okay. Telling my family and friends. Once home, I sat and told Decop what the deal was. Okay. I sat and told Decop what the deal was. Cancer. Decop, a little shorty who's cute as a button and the type of person who internalizes everything, was now staring at me in total dismay and asked, "What do you mean?" Cancer. My only reply to her was, "Yeah." We sat down on the couch and just shook our heads. And what I'm about to read to you is who I call her B, but her name is Bertha. So you hear me say B. This is who B was. What I'm about to read to you. She said, "I've been shot at. I've been mugged. I've been knifed. I've been ran over. I've been struck by lightning. And I survived an airplane crash and 2 tours in Kuwait during Operation Desert Storm. And now this. What the hell?" And she always say, "I've gone through all this. And freaking cancer is going to take me out." That's B. Okay. Oh, let me see what. 1 minute. I want to see what abnormal menstrual cycles can cause severe anemia, because I had 2 blood transfusions every month because my blood count was extremely low. Had fibroids. Okay. I had to have a total knee hysterectomy at the age of 44 years old. Wow. Okay, let me go back. Wow. She was struck by lightning. Yes, she done all that, and she lived. And then cancer take her out. Okay, let me find this. Okay, now now it is time to tell the family. I began by calling my youngest sister Beatrice. Now Beatrice is the smooth, sophisticated type who damn good looking and smart as a whip. I knew that I would have a lot of explaining to do when it came to her, so I just waited to get this over with. Sure enough, she began with, "What type of cancer? What are they going to do? Chemo, radiation, what?" There's one good thing about having a younger sister. You know that she's going to have everyone's phone number on speed dial. By the next afternoon, the posse was rolling in from Houston and San Antonio. I could barely get the door open as they burst in and began asking, "What are you going to do? Is your will in order? What about power of attorney? How about a simple hello?" That's B. While you asking me all these questions, she would say, "What about a simple hello?" These people were a trip. I was trying I was still trying to wrap my mind around what was going on with me. So the commotion was a bit too much to handle. As I stood there stunned, my older sister decided that I wasn't of sound mind and they should handle everything for me. I immediately let them know that my mental state is just fine. Everyone had instantly become an authority on cancer, as well as my life. Um, this was becoming a very stressful situation in a very short time. By day 3, I had enough of them, and they realized it. Offended and unable to understand that I had to come to terms with what was going on, they packed up and departed, all except for Beatrice, who planned to stay for the biopsy scheduled for later that week. In private, Beatrice asked me why I didn't want my family around. I had to explain to her in great detail that it wasn't that I didn't want them there, but that I needed time for me of this. I needed time for all of this to soak in. Furthermore, I was and still am a very independent and used to handling things my way. She looked at me and said, "Well, you're not alone in this. We prayed together and we asked for strength and healing." Tuesday arrived right on time, and the three of us zigged off to Baylor. Beatrice drove with that Houston type of vengeance. DeCop rode shotgun, and I hung on for dear life in the back seat of the GMC. Our arrival and check-in went well. I dressed in that nasty little gown and awaited transport. I was so hungry. I was rolled up and down hallways only to be parked in line with other unfortunate patients. After about 15 minutes, it was my turn. What did I expect? Here I was on the table being prepped with this guy sticking needles into my stomach to numb the area. Well, I have to tell you, they didn't use enough of that numbing stuff because I came right off that table when they began to stroke up and down with that sample collector. My eyes were nailed to the ceiling, and I was visibly going into shock. I was ice cold with sweat pouring off my body. I recall being restrained as they drew the last sample. The doctor attempted to explain what was to happen next. However, I really didn't care. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. When returned to my room, I found myself alone. My sister and Decop had gone out to in search for food, since none of us had eaten. Alone, my thoughts were of how lonely and sad this place was. Hours passed before I was informed of the results of the biopsy, which indicated malignant cells. We all just dropped our heads. At some point, a CT scan was conducted, and I was scheduled to meet with Dr. Matthews. Okay. Dr. Matthews, my stomach was swollen, and I had dropped approximately 80 pounds within the past 6 months. I entered the exam room where the sound of yarning offered a smooth serenade, and my doctor drank herbal tea. This meeting was Dr. Matthews was more informative, and we discussed a plan of action. I was in stage 4, meaning the cancer had spread to other organs. I was so immediately, uh, no, I was to immediately begin chemotherapy and no radiation. The tumor was massive with a CA 125 off the scale. Okay, so I won't forget. Um, it, if so, you know, if you have any kind of symptoms like that, you'll hear from these ladies. Um, the test that you need to take to see if you have ovarian cancer is called CA125. C is in cat, A is in Adam, 125. And sometimes you have to force the doctor to give you that blood test, because that test will tell you if you have ovarian cancer. Just like there's a test for breast cancer. I'm not, I don't know that one. I think it's somewhere in these two books. And when I get to it, I'll let y'all know. But that's the test for if you have any symptoms, um, you know, if your stomach, because B was how hers actually began was she was having her stomach was bloated, and then she was having pain in her stomach, and then they gave her Prolasac. They were telling her she had indigestion and gas. They gave all this other medication. So that's why by the time she got checked out with an ultrasound or CAT scan, that's when they found out that she had ovarian cancer. So people, women that have ovarian cancer have a 3% survival rate, because most of the time when it is discovered they're diagnosed for ovarian cancer, they're already at stage 4. Okay, so don't forget that test. Don't forget the test. That's what they gave me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I then asked about the life expectancy of an individual in stage 4. Her response was that normally ovarian cancer, if caught in the early stages, has an average lifespan of about 5 to 7 years. Since my cancer was so advanced and aggressive, the odds of 5 years were slim, and in reality, it would be best to take life one day at a time. I staggered out of the waiting room and discussed the conversation with Beatrice and Decott. By now, they both knew not to ask me too many questions. My thought pattern was only to grasp the information given to me at hand and keep it simple. I had absolutely no intentions of dying before that first Social Security check at the age of 65. My sister remained with me for another week before returning to Houston. Decott remains to be my guardian. Chemotherapy. I have never been able to tolerate needles. She really hasn't. She acted a butt when they got ready to give her a shot. I mean, just went off. And now I was in a living hell with 6 hours of chemotherapy and blood tests every week. This went on from April to June, and the chemo wasn't working. We tried another drug. Now, every Monday it was blood work and chemo. This one's not working either. By now, I looked like a 5'7" naked chicken. My stomach was hyperextended and filled with fluid to the size of a pregnant woman carrying triplets. And my hips looked like two pieces of bologna flapping in the wind. My teeth appeared to be larger than my head. I slept most of the day and prayed for the remainder. I suffered severe constipation in the beginning and finally was able to experience relief only after taking every known laxative. My God, this is insane. One day, as I stood in the shower, unable to see my feet because of my swollen belly, I cried out that I wasn't going out like this. I asked God to free me from this disease, and I chose life. Okay. Family and friends continued to rally around me, being as supportive as one could imagine. Daily, I received calls and cards from my sisters and co-workers. When I was hungry, the doorbell would always ring, and there would be someone just on the other side of it bearing food because Lisa can't cook. I threw that part in. When my spirits were at their lowest, I would receive prayer in forms of letters and emails from friends and strangers. When my yard needed attending, the young boy from down the street whom I had mentored would cut it. When I looked like hell, the girls and I would do lunch, and they always built up my spirits. Lastly, as I endured hours of chemo, Decop was by my side, making sure all was good. It was now September 2007, and none of the drugs were working. The CA 125 wouldn't drop, and finally hopes of a trial drug was offered. I was taken off chemo prior to entering the trial drug program, so I decided a road trip was in order. Since I was deemed terminally ill, then I would go out in style. I began by having 6 liters of fluid drawn off my stomach so that I could move around a little better. We purchased a dream car, a Jaguar XJ8. Bought a road atlas, withdrew $5,000 out of the bank, and bought 2 bottles of whiskey and 2 6-packs of Coke, and headed on my way to points unknown. Of course, Decop wasn't going to let me drive alone, so she became my road dog. We traveled to Oklahoma and experienced their centennial celebrations. Let me see. I lost my space now. Okay, gambled on the penny slots and floated through Bricktown. Next, we traveled throughout the Texas Hill Country, ate rattlesnake chili, and listened to very bad country music. There, we rented a small shack of a cabin for a week and enjoyed all LBJ's country had to offer. Decop was a bit afraid when I said that we were going to live in a shack for a week out on the prairie. This poor girl has never experienced scenery without street lights or heard the call of the wild in the night. It was great. Each morning I would make my way out to the porch with a cup of coffee and watch the wildlife begin their day. The peace was overwhelming. I would meditate and pray each day until a calm overtook me. One morning I decided that if God allowed me to make it through this, then I would build a cabin and offer it to people afflicted with cancer or those who just needed that calm. We ended up road trip by cruising up Highway 281, returning to Dallas. Since being off treatment, I found myself stronger with an increased appetite. Man, I love bacon. I began a simple exercise program in which I would walk from my corner to the end of the block. I know that doesn't sound like much, but for someone who couldn't walk from the bedroom to the front door in under 20 minutes, it was considered remarkable. While on my walk late one evening, I was contacted by a representative from Baylor's Research Center, where the trial drug program was being performed. The young man began by asking me how I had been feeling. My response was absolutely great. He then stated, "That's good. Now, Miss Moore, I have to tell you that you are no longer a candidate for the drug program." My heart sank and the strength in my legs gave away. It was all I could do to grab hold of a mailbox to steady myself. He went on to say that my cancer had stabilized with no indication of new growth. My response was, "Okay, what's next?" He said quite pleasantly that I would be hearing from my doctor soon. Within minutes, Dr. Matthews called, and I was still clenching the mailbox. She immediately asked me what I'd been doing. My response was praying. Again, she asked what exactly I had been doing. Again, I responded, praying. Needless to say, I was in her office shortly after the conversation. I again entered chemotherapy, and this drug had an effect on the cancer. So every Monday I went for treatment and continued on with my week. I began to make plans no longer from day to day, but from week to week. From October 27, October 2007 until September 2008, my CA-125 continuously to decline. I returned to work at the amazement of family, co-workers, and doctor with a mission on my mind. That promise I had made to God was weighing on me with an indescribable sense of urgency to step into action. The title of this is The Ugly Couch Cabin. I began searching for property within a 100-mile radius of Dallas, armed only with a premonition conveyed to me by my sister. I began searching in East Texas for cabins. Within 1 week, I found and made an offer on a funky little cabin with a nasty wooden couch placed on its front porch. And it was an ugly couch. It was like checkered green and white. And it was ugly. The realtor, which was an ex-used car saleswoman, was more than happy to assist me. We met at the cabin and spoke for hours. This would be her first sale. While we were in conversation, she noticed a small teal ribbon on the collar of my blouse and asked what type of cancer it represented. My reply was ovarian. She then asked if I were a survivor. I stated yes. She went on to tell me about her experience with breast cancer and spiritually how she had changed. We prayed at the entrance of the cabin that I would be successful in purchasing it and that we would both be completely healed by God. The transaction to purchase the cabin went well until the date of the home inspection. I decided it would be in my best interest to be on hand for the inspection, and so did my realtor. We met at the cabin and chatted for a while. When we noticed another car pulling into the drive, we both expected it to be the home inspector, but it turned out to be the home owner. We exchanged greetings. Then I noticed the pink ribbon on her bumper. I asked if she were a survivor, and her response was yes. We all looked at one another and began to exchange stories. By the end of the afternoon, we had laughed, cried, and broken bread together. I told her that the cabin was intended for rehabilitation and would be offered free to cancer patients. She then told me that she had initially purchased the cabin to have a place to die from cancer. I closed on the property in mid-August 2008, and from that date until December 2008, I have worked endlessly on refurbishing it. It wasn't until I drove by a lonely billboard located west of Canton, Texas, on Highway 20 that states, "Jesus said, it is finished." That's when I knew that my mission was complete. My CA 125 is on the rise once again, and I've been placed in another waiting list for a new trial drug program. I've made the decision to retire from my job I love so much and have decided to make the most of my remaining time. I have come to realize several things. God has a sense of humor. You will get out of life what you put into it. We all have a mission in life. Our lives are to be enjoyed and never stop believing in miracles. So if you are ever traveling down Highway 67 and are in need of a quiet place to rest, just look for the Ugly Couch Cabin. It's the one with the big silver gates. Be more. This is, I don't know how good this is going to show, but this is the Ugly Couch Cabin. I don't know if can y'all see that good? I'm trying to get it where you can see it. That's the Ugly Couch Cabin that we bought. That's and yeah, so that is that's B. Let me see, can I put that's Bertha. That was at ceremony. Oh, hi. Okay. Can you see it? Yes. And so that is Bertha's story. Do anybody have any questions? I don't want to keep y'all. Yeah, let me see. Anybody have any questions? Yeah, we know the power of prayer. That's for real. Yeah, I'm gonna end up getting the other pictures, so y'all can really see what she did to the cabin, what it looked like when we bought it, and what it ended up looking like after she finished. I'm telling you, I did not know that she was into carpentry. Uh, um, she built a deck on our cabin. She built the front porch. Um, she built everything. We ended having three other buildings on our property. Yeah, yeah, she did it all. She we ended up having three other uh, uh, buildings on the land that we had bought with the cabin, and one of the buildings was like a little tin building. She insulated it. She built. She put in the shower. She put in the sink. She put in everything. Um, Amazing. I'm gonna have to show y'all those pictures. She is. She did it all. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, thank you. And the let me see. Yes, I have tried to get ultrasounds way back in August because of Pops one burst, and I can't get them to give me an ultrasound. See that is crazy. That they just want one. Oh, but call for an appointment. Yeah, I will call for an appointment tomorrow. I just got back home from hospital. Oh, okay, okay. Anybody have any questions? I do y'all think one story is enough? We can do like one story, and then we can talk about what is going on YouTube if I want to, because the stories are lengthy. So instead of, I was thinking 3 stories, but I think three three stories I think would be too long, because I didn't realize that B's her story was as long as it was, and some of the other ladies their stories are longer than hers. So um, any any questions, any suggestions? Y'all think we should do one story um, or one story and then just go into Decop's After Dark? Somebody, anybody? Oh, I didn't know I had all of them. I just in my day lessons book. Yeah, and I mean, I know if you if you can see her picture, you can tell that she's a character. She was a character. She was something else. Uh, and all them things she had to say. Now right there in that picture, she called herself singing. She had always said she was gonna sing. She was gonna sing. That sounds good. Okay, yeah, one. Okay, that's good. Um, she always said that she was gonna sing at our ceremony, and I said, no, no, no. And she like, what is his name? What's the guy that sing the? I forgot. Keith Sweat. That's what that's what she thought she was singing. She was standing behind me singing Keith Sweat, cause and I was like, I was just stiff. And I turned around and looked at her and said, no, don't do that. But yeah, she's a character. Yeah. Back there making all that noise, sounding like a cat. But no questions. If you don't remember anything else, remember CA 125. if you know someone, or even yourself, I hate to have to say it, but if you start experiencing some of those symptoms, and her symptoms were, I think some of the other ladies' stories is going to will be more detailed. Uh, she lived for 7 years. They said 3 months. She lived 7 years after she was diagnosed. Um, you have to eat right. She didn't eat the junk food, going out to eat. She couldn't eat it anymore. She couldn't eat no more Mexican food, like all that. She couldn't do that anymore. She did um, um, what you call them, smoothies, the vegetable ones, the fruit ones. She started drinking what is that, kombucha tea, just all kind of juice and all kind of stuff like that. She just had to do that, and I do believe that's along with prayer that gave her 7 years instead of the months that they thought she wasn't going to make it. But yeah, 7 years, and when it came to her obituary, I don't think I've ever seen an obituary that was complete. I mean, they used it all the way to the bottom of the page of the stuff that she has done in her life. So that's why I said she had did all that a person could have done in her lifetime. She's done it. You name it, she's done it. She's played in the band. She played instruments. Her instruments is in the front living room. She played instruments. She played in a band. Like I said, she got struck by lightning. She got two tours of Kuwait. What else? A house fire. She got mugged. She got stabbed. And then she said, "And I'll be damned. And look what's going to take me out. Cancer." After going through all of that. It did. But she like I said, she lived a complete life. A complete life. Like we said, bought the car that she always wanted We bought the car, the Jaguar. Christmas, I was just listening. Oh, but hey, nice coming. Maybe you can catch us tomorrow. Um, but glad to see you made it. Yeah, but we bought the Jaguar that she wanted, and then that Christmas, yeah, she was definitely a living testimony, because most people would not have made it 7 years after they said, you got 3 months. But she was like, "No, you're lying. I'm going to be here. I'm not finished yet." And believe me, she fought the fight. She fought a good fight. A good one. Even though we had to eventually leave Dallas for her to get treatment at the military hospital in San Antonio. It's called BAMSI, Work Army Medical. And it was because she had an incident where she got sick, and we thought she was going to die. She looked bad. And what it was, they thought that her intestines had been ripped, and then, valves and stuff was coming and was not going into her body, and she was sick, looked real bad. And once they got in inside her to do surgery, um, they found out that her intestines were twisted, you know, in a kink, and that's why she was constipated, and she got it real sick. I thought that was the end, and but she made it. She made it through that, and after that, because that doctor had told us, you know, when she was sick, the doctor came in the room and was talking about that Dr. Matthews said. She was like, okay, so what's what we're gonna do next? What's gonna happen? Is she gonna be okay? And she said, well, that's what happens when it comes, when you're getting close to the end of life. Your organs starts to fail. She say, all I can say is, take her home and get her comfortable and just wait to die there. Like, how you gonna tell somebody? Just tell a patient just go home and wait to die. Who does that? And once when she said that, we called her older sister that lives in San Antonio, that works at Brooke Army Medical Hospital, and because she worked there and she knew all the doctors, she worked with all the doctors. We got in a week. We pulled her out of Dallas and we went to San Antonio. Got her in there. They said, because we had asked this lady, Dr. Matthews, about having surgery. Can you take the tumor out? And she said, well, no, it has spread. It's too far gone. Like, she won't even try. No, and we was mad. So by the time after she said that, we went to the Brooke Army Medical, and they did within the next week. They did surgery. Gave her a hysterectomy. Took all of it out. But and she was in remission. She was in remission for like 6 months. And she was good. It was all good. I thought that was it. But, it had it was connected to her liver. And then it went, I think it got onto her gallbladder. They eventually had to do another surgery and take her gallbladder out. But once it attaches to one of your other organs, it's a different. But like I said, she lived 7 years. Um, we had a great insurance policy on her. So when you're terminally ill, in case anybody don't know, because I didn't know, we had a great big policy on her. And if you're terminally ill, the insurance company will give you half of that insurance policy. So you can do whatever you want to with. If you have a bucket list, if the person have a bucket list and they want to travel, they want to do things they never done because, it's you terminally ill. And they did. We took half of that money. We bought her that Jaguar. And for that Christmas, she bought me a brand new BMW, an X3. Pretty blue. my police blue. Um, it was on the showroom floor, just sitting there, beautiful. And she kept trying to get me to get in. And I was like, no, I don't want to get in because I'm gonna want this car. And no. And she kept trying. You don't take a test drive. I know I don't. Nope. Because you know you get in a new car, they smell good, and you be wanting them. I said no, no. And she just kept on trying to force me to. So I was like, okay. So they gave me the key, and when I came back, I just took a little spin and came back. The guy said, "These are yours." I was like, "What?" She said, "Merry Christmas." I was like, "Are you crazy?" And I was like, "Thank you." But yeah, so she was good girl. She was good. She was hell on wheels, though. She'll give you hell like she did those doctors. Yeah, but yeah, the obituary was for this girl. People was like, she did all this. Yes, that is one person that I can say had lived life to the fullest, done everything she wanted to do. She had the job she wanted. She inspected airplanes. She did it all. Well, the two insurance policy out on all six of us. One policy had that. Yeah, yeah. I think. See, I think all policies are like that. If it's a whole life, if it's a whole life, I don't know about term. I don't know about term life because I never mess with term life. I always get whole life. But yeah, and to tell you the truth, okay, it was $100,000 policy. They give you half of it, and when she passed away, I was just expecting to get the other 50,000. Do you know they gave me, it was 85,000, and I was like, what? Thank you. Help me. So yeah, so if anybody that is terminally ill, if you have any insurance policy, um, I'm not gonna say all of them because I thought all of them, but since Rochelle said if you lose a limb, it would cover it. Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, that's what they did. So it's like even the 50,000 that they had already given us, I guess it builds back up, and by the time she had passed away, it was back up to it was up to 85,000. So that, and please, 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 please remember CH 125. And I know people don't want to, but if you want to live, if you want to be able to um, catch, you know, a tumor or something, you have to have that test. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't, you know, but as we said, heard in the book, the what was it? The Pap smears don't will not catch ovarian cancer. So all these years, you know, she was thinking, just like most women probably do, you know, I go and get my exam every year and all this, and you mean to tell me it you didn't pick it up that I had? No, it won't. You need an ultrasound. You see, she had an ultrasound and a CAT scan, and that's how they was able to, you know, tell that she had uh, ovarian cancer. So if you start bloating, because it was just out of the blue that she had started having problems with uh, her stomach. She was telling me, and then she was getting up. Pepto-Bismol and stuff like that. And then one day she came, she said, you know, my stomach is bloated. And it stays like that for about a week. And she's like, no, I got to go. And we went, and then that's when they talking about indigestion and all that. No, insurance policy doesn't help. And the only reason I took out another insurance policy out on myself, I don't want my children to worry about bearing me. Yeah, yeah. And whole life insurance is great. And I had we had American National Insurance. They are good. Um, I mean, because they cut the check just like that. Um, so yeah, just that CA 125 is everything. Everything that's gonna save your life. So if you start being bloated for no reason and have all those symptoms, you know, her stomach was so big. I took you heard it in what I read the book. She looked like she was pregnant. You know, looked like she's like 8 months pregnant. Her stomach was that big, and then they eventually drew 6 liters of fluid off of her stomach so she could, you know, because she couldn't sleep. It was, and it hurt, you know, and so they decided to go ahead and try to get some of that fluid off. And once they did, we were able to go just hit the, we just got in the car, gassed up, and we just drove. She said, which way you want to go? And I would say, that way. And that's how we did it. And we just drove, went everywhere. But the cabin, we had it, I ended up letting it go after she passed away because I had tried to sell it over and over and over, and I just got tired of it because of where it was located. Um, People didn't want to drive that far, you know. But we had it. We let anybody that had any kind of terminal illness, we would let them have it for the weekend, just, you know, so they could have that calmness, that peace of mind, and not really have to worry about their what's going on, you know, whether they could taking chemo or worrying about your life, and we did that. Yeah, we did that. That was the main story. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was something else. I mean, cause the chemo got when I was one. Open up the grave. Yeah, yeah. Cause hers was like 9,000 something. Mhm. Yep, 9,000 something. And you know, and it takes the military a while before you get put in. We had the service 1 week, and I think it was almost close to 2 weeks before she was buried, because you know they have certain days in the military how they will bury people. So if you come in the middle of, you're gonna be waiting around for about a week before they actually bury you. And yeah, it was something else. Yep. Yeah, yeah, but she was yeah, yeah. So y'all definitely please CA 125. I keep saying that because she kept telling me that to if you don't remember nothing else, you tell women want to, if they think something is wrong with them and they think they have an indigestion and all that, tell them to force your doctor to give you that CA 125 test. That blood test is going to tell you if you have ovarian cancer or not. Let's see. Do you ever visit her at the cemetery? Yeah, yeah, I do. But I because her sister lived there, and I go to San Antonio all the time. We'll go and visit. But I had went to one of those mediums, and she had said that it was a guy, the one that told me about CA 125, the guy that told me, the medium that told me that B had wanted me to know she thanked me and appreciate me getting that tattoo in remembrance of her. But for some of y'all that already know, I told the story. It was wintertime. I had on sweatshirts and sweatpants. That guy did not know I had a tattoo on the back of my arm that I had. Thank you, darling. I have a tattoo on the back of. See that Air Force tattoo? And it has her. I'm so big I can't get it. That tattoo is on the back of my arm. That medium did not. He didn't know. There's no way he knew I had a tattoo on the back of my arm and I had a sweatshirt on. When I walked up to him, that's what he said to me. She wanted me to tell you she appreciates you getting that tattoo in remembrance of her. And I've never believed in no psychics, in no mediums, in no whatever you want to call. I ain't never believed in that. But when he said that to me, I almost dropped. I was blown away. So yeah. Let's see. See what I missed. So yeah. Oh yeah. But do I bury her? But that was another. You see, my mind. I forgot just. But there was the other thing that the medium told me. He said she wanted me to tell you, stop going to the cemetery because she's not there. She said she's not there. She's with you. She be in the house and she be trying to get your attention. He say, but she say you don't pay her no attention. And I was like, what? He said, yep. She said she be flicking lights and doing stuff that you know she'll do. So she said, stop going to that cemetery, because I have to drive all the way to San Antonio. That's where we buried her in, because she's from San Antonio. So, but he said, stop going there, because she said, I'm not there. I'm with you. I'm in the house. And so I haven't gone. She said, I'm not there. I don't know why you going. I don't know why you going to the cemetery and I'm not there. Yeah. So, yeah. I would. And ran like Forrest Gump. I'm serious. I was blown away. And even my dad said, he probably seen you. I said, no, I had to stop him before he even finished. There's no way possible. I had on a sweatshirt. It was cold, so I had on a sweatshirt and sweatpants. I said, as soon as I walked up there, he told me that she said, thank you for getting the tattoo in remembrance of her. And I was spooked. I couldn't wait to tell my sisters. I was like, my goodness. And oh, let me show y'all this. This is one. I don't know if y'all can read that, uh, but what it says is hope, and it has the teal. Teal is for ovarian cancer, and the pink is for breast cancer. Um, and then I have this one on this arm. It says faith, and it's also done in teal and pink for breast cancer and ovarian cancer. Yep. But but the tattoo he was talking about was the one on the back of my arm. So I'm gonna um I'm gonna get some of the pictures of the cabin so y'all can really see it, um, and let y'all check it out. It was amazing, amazing. Okay, well, so what's going on? What's going on? I would be scared to go back. Oh my God. Yeah. But you know, I was looking around. I was like looking around and saying, "Look, don't be playing with me like that." That's what I be saying to her. Say, don't be touching me on the shoulder now. Yeah. Yeah, but that got me. That, that was whew. Motive back. Oh, okay. I hope we can figure out. Same way with Munch. I don't know what's the problem. Y'all forgive me, my lips is chapped, and I keep licking them. Don't have my Carmex in here, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no! Oh, I think I was saying that. So what's going on? I couldn't have done it. Yeah, both of those. When he told me about the tattoo, and then he told me, she said, stop going to that cemetery because she ain't there. And after that, I mean, I stopped. I stopped going. She's like, you wasting gas driving up. I'm driving all the way to San Antonio, and I'm right there with. So yeah. So no questions. I figured somebody have some questions, but that's okay. Y'all already know. You know the main thing. You know the main thing, and that's the main thing. She wants me to tell. She don't care about nothing else, and I'm the same way because I know that is what is going to save you. Mm. Yeah, I know it gave me goosebumps. So yeah, and some doctors will, they'll look at you. I can't go to see used to reward him. I see and hear things. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that you wouldn't want to go there then. hmm But yeah, but that is the main thing. What age she was when she found out? She was 50. hmm She was, she was 50. Yep, and when she passed away, she was 57. 7 years. hmm So yeah. Mm. Like I say, she she didn't live she didn't live sheltered life. She did it all. She did it all. Like on her and I always say she fought a good fight. She definitely fought a good fight, and she fought it mainly for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She was young, and it's like you get pissed off because people that women that have ovarian cancer, you're gonna hear the stories where all of them have basically been, most of them have been misdiagnosed, and by the time they do um, find out that they have ovarian cancer, they're in stage 4. So please, 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 please. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. She was amazing. She was amazing. And my other car, my Mustang. She bought my Mustang. Yeah, and before she passed away, she told my dad she wasn't ready to go because she needed to know that I was gonna be okay. I, yeah, 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 definitely. Not just it's just sad because some of the ladies that's stories are in these books. We we know from the support group. And this one lady, she had been living, I mean, fighting ovarian cancer for like 20 years. And that was like amazing to me. Like, how can you fight that long? How can you fight that hard and that long to live? And she did. But we went to, because we go to the support uh, groups they have. And then she got what she was, she would tell B, I'm tired. And B was like, no, no, you ain't tired. No, no. She said, no. She said, no. I'm tired. I'm done. And she was like, no, don't be saying that. 20 years? You got to keep fighting. But she was tired. 20 years, I can't imagine, because I know what B went through. In the years, 7 years, and I know the stuff she went through, being poked and prodded and chemo. When B had to have chemo, I went in the room with her. I sat there in the room while she was getting chemo. I didn't know that going and being in a room where they're taking chemo was going to do things to me. It burned the hair out of my nose. Everything smelled different. Yeah, yeah. And I've told them the story, and I may tell it again a little bit later. Um, uh, she was here at home, um, in the room when I heard the death rattle, and I'm glad I had this older friend that told me what the death rattle was and what it sounded like. It was spooky, but it was true because that morning I heard it, and I was in the living room. sleeping here. And I jumped up and I fell trying to run in there. And she was doing it. And I knew, because they say if you look at the bottom of their feet, there's going to be a black circle at the bottom of their feet. And it was. And that's what I had to tell her, because I got in the bed with her, and I asked her, was she leaving me, and she a tear run down her face, and she just did like that, shook her head, saying yeah. And that same lady had told me that I I, I was gonna have to be strong enough to tell her that it's okay to go, because people because people, that's what dying people do. They try to stay here for us, not for themselves. It's for us. And she said I would have to be I would have to be strong enough to tell her that it's okay to just let go and go. And when I asked her was she leaving me, she shook her head, and I just told her, okay, it's okay, just let go and go. And when I said that, I was holding her and I started reading Psalms in the Bible, and then she just I left out the room because I knew she was passing, and I left out the room, and I just stood in the kitchen, and I went back in, and she had died. Yeah, she she had died, and I just went over and closed the eyes and kissed her, and mm, I kind of just I left out the room, but I wasn't ready to call the coroner. I don't know. I didn't want her body gone yet. Hey, how you doing? Um, thank you. Yeah, I just wasn't ready for them to take her body. I don't know what it was, and I probably wouldn't have called for probably an hour, because I didn't want her to. I just didn't want her body moved. I didn't want them to take her. And the nurse came. Yeah. Yeah, I love y'all too. It, it, it always get me. I'm good. So what's been going on? Yeah. Yeah. So what's been going on in the streets? Cause we know it have. Shakira is okay. Yeah. Yeah. She's a good girl. Mm. Shakira, don't cry. It's okay. I'm good. Mm. Okay, let's see. So who's been live? For anybody that didn't catch the book reading, uh, please uh, do go back and check out the replay, so you will know what the CA 125 is, and pay attention to uh, the symptoms that almost, I think, probably all of these women had somewhat uh, the same symptoms, so that it could be caught early and they could do surgery and you could be a survivor. Thank you, LaShawn. Yeah, it's definitely. Because if she had known, just think, if she had known, instead of thinking that a pap smear is 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 going to be what is going to save your life, and the pap smear is not it. It's the CA 125. Um, if it's the difference between living and dying, you need to know the symptoms and the test. And sometimes you have to like force the doctors to give you the test. I, I don't understand, because too many women have been misdiagnosed and have lost their lives because of being misdiagnosed. Life gone. So I appreciate all of y'all for listening to the story, and we'll definitely there will be more stories that that's going to go deeper into detail. Um, the book the book would the book was written, so that's why she stopped where she did, because it had to be published and all that. So they had, but some of the other ladies are lots more detailed about their life, their journey, their everyday, week to week, month to month, year to year life journey, fighting, trying to stay alive with ovarian cancer. So, okay. But we will do the next story tomorrow, and I appreciate y'all coming by, listening to me. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Jay Wilson can roast the person down, but it'd be funny at the last time. it, he is hilarious. But I think the one I seen, the 5A, I did not know that 5A could roast like she did. To enjoy his story. Well, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, she's a character. Yeah, and shoot, that book don't have anything on her. You know, I told y'all that she's got a sense of humor. She was that way. Yeah, she was hilarious sometimes, and sometimes she was bullheaded. But she was a good girl. No questions? Yeah, Lucy, you know I told what I watched between Rita and Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson can roast and knock him down. Oh yeah, he can roast. I was laughing. I think that was that last night when he did that. I was tickled to death. And then I didn't know 5B could roast like that. She She roasted Sean Bradley. She not roasted. She drugged him. I was like, good Lord. But yeah, I didn't know she that she could. She had it in her, but she did. So who has been live? So I can end the book book reading, but anybody? Yeah, it definitely does, and it definitely did for me, because I didn't know any of that. Didn't know what they go through from day to day, and she did because of that the book didn't complete her whole journey. At Before we left Dallas, with that doctor, not doing what she don't be crying. Uh, she didn't. She just wasn't up to par. She had no bedside manners at all. And by the time we left her and went to, supposed to be going to San Antonio, we had to go sooner. Yeah, that Baby Shark song, I know it. Hilarious. We should be seeing it. And she hold her mouth a certain way. I'd be laughing. But because the doctor didn't do something that she should have been doing, B ended up losing function. And where they put, hey, how you doing, Virgo? Oh, hey, how you doing? She ended up losing function in her bladder, and they put it into 2 bags. she had the bags. Um, and, and she eventually, she was, when she went to the bathroom, she was sleepy. Yeah, she carried it, but it's okay. Hang in there. Um, she ended up losing the function of her lungs. I mean, lungs. I mean, her bladder. And we were waiting to go um, to the to the hospital that weekend. And she walked out of the bathroom, and the tube to the bag, I'm trying to get that light out, got hung up on the door. Have you ever walked by a door and you end up, your shirt uh, catch the doorknob and it pulls you? The tube did that, and she yanked it out of one of her kidneys. Ugh. And you talking about scared. I was scared. And but it ended up, she lost function in one of her kidneys, and she wore one bag all the time. But you couldn't tell that she had a bag because she put it. It goes right here where your pocket. Say you had jeans on, and it wraps around your leg, so you couldn't tell that she had a bag. But she had some function because she could go to the bathroom and use the bathroom. Um, a little may come out, and then the rest of it with the bag, but she did end up losing. They had to remove, the cancer was on her, had attached itself to her liver, her gallbladder. They ended up taking that out. Her kidney, one of them functioned and the other one didn't completely. So that, it happens like that. But yeah, when she yanked that tube out of her, well, it was awful. I was just scared. I don't even know if it hurt her. She was just scared too. And you talking about jumping in the car? We just left and went to San Antonio, so we could call the doctor and let them know. And basically, he said, "Oh, she'll be okay. It'll be okay. If she can, do out of one of the kidneys, it's okay. It's not such an emergency." So, and she did. And after that, she only had one bag. I guess she didn't need the second one. But yeah, it truly is. You can share stories like that because a lot of people don't know. Yes, because I did know, and if I can't say anything else, I say CA-125. If you're having no symptoms at all, make your appointment, and don't let them doctors tell you what. Well, no, you took your Pap smear. You had it last month. You're okay. No, it's not okay. It's not. Let's see who else. Who else was live? I know Olivia the Oracle. She was live. I didn't get to see or hear her whole thing, but um, she tickles me when she started laughing. She got this funny laugh when she really laughing, because she was talking about Sean Bradley and Tracy. Their little thing is going on, and she was cackling like a little hen. Yeah, she was laughing, laughing. I guess everybody else is quiet. Nobody. TSCC, they didn't have mess train. Mess train. Is that right? No, a mess express today. Oh, blessed. I just felt out for blessed. she didn't. She didn't know. She thought she was. She thought she had a friend. Ain't nobody alive. Jay wasn't even alive. I did go to his. They had a remembrance of transgender people. I guess they were remembering them, the ones that have been uh, that passed away, killed, or died. I don't know because I don't. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like. They be messy, yeah. And I seen the old Chopper. He did made, I don't know how many videos he made. I think I seen like two or three he made, being messy and talking about. I guess he gets I guess he gets in Sean Bradley's Patreon, and he get in there and he come out and he tell he tell what goes on, but he was laughing today. He had a I guess he had a good day. Any other time he always frowned. What's the two that we use? Yeah, it was. Yeah, and Jay Wilson, they I guess I don't know if that's his little group of people that he had at his house one time. They sing, and he was playing the piano and singing. So I didn't know he was gonna perform. So I did watch that. It was really nice, and a lot of people did go to the live and stayed and watched. That was nice. So, nobody, oh, except for Rita. I don't know what's wrong with Rita. She'll be back tomorrow. She'll be back tomorrow. She's pissed at Jay Wilson over there dragging Jay Wilson for no reason. And then I think today I seen I think Pretty Ricky Fontaine. Uh, she was she was talking about Rita too, saying she don't have donated a lot to Rita. So I guess Rita got mad. Was little chop real troll to give in? I I know. I was like, how did he get in the Patreon, behind Patreon? I don't know how he get in it, but he should be tickled because he can get in there and he have been figured out. Yeah, he just tickled to death. Yeah, He come out and telling everything. To my, he's to my, yes, um, that's who, SB was talking about Tracy. That's who he was talking about. He was all wild. I mean, he was riled up. Yeah, he was talking about, he was talking about Tracy. I looked at him, I was like, he is tickled to death that he came into me. Oh, okay. And she went off on. Who went off on? Rita went off on Pretty Ricky. Oh, that's mm, yeah, 'cause I think I heard Pretty Ricky said that I think last week she was saying that Rita sent her a $10 uh, cash app request. I said, who does that? Girl sends about her request. Nothing else? Ain't nothing else going on? I guess not, huh? Let me look back over, make sure I didn't miss nobody. Shakira, you okay? They do that. Organs was going to with Luke. Oh, make me go into the hospital to get blood infused. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. For you to keep on messing with watching you. No, Shakira, no, Shakira, she didn't, she didn't message me. Once, just one time when I was, I think somebody asked what month you was, and I think she probably could hear. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. To have a total history. Oh, okay. I'm just going over the messages to make sure. Hmm. Yeah. Go down here. Right. When you have oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, look like you, or you couldn't get your ultrasound. They need to, they need to stop playing. I have, yeah, I have actually enjoyed, um, yeah, I enjoyed reading reading the book to y'all. That's how they did my grandpa. What did you, uh, your grandfather, Mo? What did they do to your grandfather? I missed that. Um, it comes right up. Yeah, it it's crazy how much it costs to bury somebody. $10,000. It's like wow. Mm. Thank you, Davin. Davin, you still here? You might have left already. Davin said, I'm in the bathtub, my hands are wet. Mm. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Percat, how are you doing? I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing anybody. Percat. And what's the other one? Let me see. Or is a Virgo Virgo vibe? You still here? Are you? Hello. Oh, maybe she's working or something. Virgo vibe. Have a secret alliance. He said the SB got a secret alliance. Really? Well, I didn't finish, but I did hear that. She haven't messaged me. I'm home to be comfortable. Oh yeah. Hey, Rita, baby. I'm sorry. I was going through the other videos. I mean, the other comments, see if I missed anybody, and then I miss you coming in. Uh, yeah, that's crazy. How you doing, Rita, baby? You missed it, didn't you? You just have to see the replay. Yeah. I tried to choose a time early enough for people that goes to bed early, but um, I didn't want them to miss it. But I thought like 8:30, 9 o'clock uh, my time would have been a good time. So hopefully, if you know, if y'all got a better time that y'all want me to do it, just just let me know. If y'all want to do it earlier than 9, I can do that. So yeah, y'all just let me know. Yeah, B passed away in 2014, December. December 14th. No, December the 4th. No, she's not. Uh-oh. My charger. I don't want my battery to die. Why is I'm not getting my... Hold on. I'm trying to get... And that's what y'all say, and he would try to know who it was that SB is in secret lines with. Mm. But I know Sean Burley did say today. Dude, let's see. I had my, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. I understand that. But the time was fine for me. Okay. You know, I'm a night owl. Yeah, yeah. I know. Let's see. December 4th is my mother-in-law's birthday. Mine is December 3rd. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, she passed away. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why my charger is tripping. But, mm-hmm. Yeah. What else? No, nobody else live. Jay wasn't anyone live. What is today? Monday? Oh, little Blake left. Oh, you made it back. Yeah. To me, that was the craziest thing to hear. To hear them tell somebody everyone is quiet. Quani just went live. Oh Lord, cause she went live yesterday, and I tell you, ooh, baby, she was hot. Everything goes down. Yeah, that's what he said, and he be getting all the information. I was like, how you get in there? But Sean Burley said he got a trick for him, so we're gonna see if Chopper gonna get in. I don't know how he gonna know it's Chopper. Who Kwani go off on? Yesterday she went on with Sean Bradley. And I tell you, she went off. My first cousin just passed away. I said, you know how that can be. Oh, yeah. Sorry to hear about that. Sorry about your loss. I'm a little better now, though. Sorry to hear about that. And for you. Let's see, what was it that, he's he had made a video, and if not mistaken, I think Quani got it all wrong. He was saying back months when him and Fabi and them were talking. I think he was saying one of those times that people was talking about him, and he got tired of hearing that 5A and Kwani and somebody else he said that had his name in their mouth, and that's what he was talking about. I think, if I may be wrong, but I think she may have taken it wrong. I think she took it as if he was talking about now, and she was saying that she hadn't been on YouTube in a week, so what the heck he was talking about, saying he get tired of his name in her mouth. But I think it was just a misunderstanding. I think, I don't think he meant, now. Yeah, well, if we find that Chop ain't gonna be any good. Yeah, he's not gonna be happy that he can't get no information. I sure did. After read, which was crazy. I didn't see Rita, but I had heard, seen people were saying she was going off. I think it was Blazing. I think I had seen. He said she was over there foaming at the mouth. Oh, Yeah, I'm trying to get my charger. Keep and I don't understand why it's not charging. Yeah. It's Quanny's page. Um, I think what is it? Quanny's is it Quanny's Live TV or something like that? Or Quanny's TV? Anybody know? Yeah, I think Quanny's is Quanny's TV Live, something like that. Yeah, I was on my phone and was just watching reading when Jay was reading live. I was on my iPad. Oh my goodness. When Rita told I made those teeth stretched in my that's right. When I heard when and I think 5 believer, but I ain't believing that no, yeah, her her dentures being too big is not gonna make your mouth foam in the corners. I think 5A believer. 5A thinks that's true. I ain't believing, but it's gross. That's for sure. I can't watch it. Diamond, what? Diamond T, you still here, or did you leave? I ain't seen her in a while. She said she's been busy. I don't know what happened to the truth. Um, I wanted to try and help her get to her 1,000. You know, look, I had 19 people that came in here, and she could. Uh, no, maybe she got a little nervous, you know, about um YouTube and her kind of content. Yeah, her content. I think she gonna have to chill. She ain't gonna be able to do all that cursing. So, hmm, how with that thumbnail I'll read it today. Oh really? Oh, talking about the one what she got she have a black hat or something on her on her thumbnail. Rita is cutting everyone that was good to her that she realized people can't keep giving her. They have bills. Yeah. Yeah, but let me try to. I gotta try to get my phone live now. Let me try to get this charger. My phone die. phone is gonna be dead if I don't charge. I'm trying to. Okay. Let me see if I can see. She didn't have what. No, don't tell me if I did that. Oh, mercy me. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm trying to get my phone out of this case before I lose y'all. Okay, I made it back. See, girl. Mm-mm. Eight turns. It's like, what she, why is she playing like she want to get off YouTube? What is it going to, what is it going to do? Or she ain't going to be making no money getting off YouTube. If Teresa gone live, or she quiet today? Let's see. Put it off. Let's see. I only watch Kwani for a few minutes, because after a while she starts to get on my nerves. I know it. She's too loud. Yeah. She is. And she be doing all that that talking, that rambling, and stuff that don't really make sense what she be talking about. If it does, I mean, if she knows what she's talking about, we the people don't know though. I don't know what's the when she get mad at somebody, she be going off like really going off. And then it was like didn't she almost started crying last night. And, yeah, she was that mad that she was about to cry. I said, oh, she's got one of those mad cry, one of the mad cries. You know, when you get so mad you cry. That's when you know you could really hurt somebody. My charger is really pissing me off. So, Miss, I see Miss Gina got a new her what they call it's new van. It's new to her. Do I drink coffee? Yes, I drink coffee. Rita baby. Dang, I wish I had some. I don't know why. Why you said that? Now I want some, and I realize I don't have any cream. Yes, I like coffee. Oh, she going off on SB again? Goodness gracious. I mean, and last night when she did her live, she went all the way back to when she went to, well, even before then, but she went all the way back to when she went to court with SB, and I think a little bit further back. Yes, I'm mad. I want some coffee now. You done started me. You shouldn't have did that, Rita baby. Yeah, see, me too. Yeah. Well, I say I used to do it, and I used to would cry when I get mad enough to want to fight. Uh, but I guess being a police officer, I don't have to do the crying part. I can just be mad and tear somebody up. Oh man, I wish I had some cream. I wish I would have thought about drinking the frappe. No. Mm-mm. And I hate that I don't have any creamer. Yeah, I need some creamer. Can't drink no coffee. I can sit here and drink some coffee. I may have to put some milk in it, but I'm just so spoiled. I need that French vanilla creamer. Man, yeah. I guess so if y'all want to send me a Christmas present, I guess y'all can send me some coffee creamer. and some French vanilla coffee. We about to oh, I can, yeah. I'm with you, pretty baby. I can go to sleep. Oh, long as mm-hmm. I just, oof, I can smell that French vanilla. Good old coffee. I like Starbucks, the frappuccinos and what is it? What is it y'all call it? This frap. Let me see where I find. One of y'all said it. The other thing, the cold drink. But I just can't do. Do you like all the flavors of just French vanilla? French vanilla. I think that smell is what get me. That French vanilla smell. I used to do the hazelnut. Hazelnut. Yeah, I would do the hazelnut, but now I'm just French vanilla. That smell just gets me. I so want coffee now. Mm, man, I can't believe Hey, didn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, probably did a live today, or was it this morning? Because it had to be. Well, this was it this morning? Because I didn't wake up until I don't know what time it was, but when I went to click on it, it was private. I can drink the black cream, but I just drink it the old fashioned. Ooh, yeah, the yeah, that one, whatever, and the frapper, whatever it is that Starbucks have. B used to bring it for me all the time. She would order this. I couldn't even go now and order it because I wouldn't even know what to call it. She did. I did the order, and every time she picked something, I end up always being stuck on it. I bet these are live right after Jay Wilson. Well, I must have I don't miss 5A and Jay Wilson alive then this morning or something. But when I clicked on the one for 5A, it said private. I was like, what the heck? Private? What are you doing, 5A? But maybe, I don't know what she said in it, so she may have had to put it on private. Oh, you missed the live earlier. Yeah, I didn't. No, did she do? Wait a minute. How many did she do today? I hope I haven't missed two. Cause when I woke up and I start going through, checking out, and I seen that she had a live or something, but when I clicked on it, she had put it on private, and that was earlier. This was it. This afternoon, something like that, when I noticed. So I'm gonna have to catch up on that. Well, I can't because she put it on private. It probably was she going in on Rita? That's probably why she had to put it on private. Right. Okay. Yeah, she had Rita as I only did one. It wasn't that long either. Oh, okay. Yeah, that must be the one she put on private. She went off on me and then posted in the community all receipts. Oh, she said she wasn't giving Rita no attention, so she was gonna delete it. Oh, well, yeah. Well, that's what she did. My goodness. No, but, and Tracy haven't gone live? I'm, I'm shocked. So it's I guess Joyce is in club chat, uh, working her way in it or something. Because I know um, some of those club chat people was talking, I guess voicing their opinion. I don't know about whether it, they like Tracy in club chat or Joyce. I don't know. Oh, she was live early? Oh, okay. Was, I know I haven't heard anything except for, I don't know, was that, well, maybe it was one, was Sean Bradley in her live on that one? It may have been another one. Shakira, you still in here? I'll check on Shakira. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about that coffee. McDonald's tastes better than Starbucks. I can't do McDonald's. I mean, not McDonald's. Starbucks coffee. Just they regular coffee. It's too strong for me. If I can't, when Rita said she swore on her kid's life, she was done with YouTube, but came right back. Oh Lord have mercy. She back already. I didn't think she was gonna be back this soon. What did she last? An hour or two? Mm. What I do? Yeah. Don't cover your eyes. She got me want some coffee. She know she wasn't going nowhere. Yeah, Starbucks is too it's too strong for me. She was back early. Oh Lord, yeah. I just if I cannot put cream in coffee and get it to my color, I can't drink it. It's too strong. I have to be able to put some cream in it, and it turned my color. If I can't get it to turn my color, it's too strong. And Starbucks is strong. Mm-mm. I can't do it. I tried the coffee once, and that's when I realized and knew that I could never drink that coffee again. Now the Frappuccino, yeah, but the coffee, can't do. So you like a little coffee with your cream, yeah. Yeah, I got to have a little coffee with my cream. It's too strong for me. Yeah, that's some strong stuff. I know. We used to get Starbucks gift cards. This lady would give all of us Starbucks gift cards. I guess that's the easiest thing to do with police. And some of the guys that don't want that, they'll give it to me, and get I go get me the Frappuccino. Mhm. Look like I'm gonna have to try to make me some coffee. Hope I have some milk at least to put it in. It's so good when my house is quiet. When all these little bad boys sleep, and my little bad puppies, they sleep now. Well, I wanted to say again to y'all, I appreciate y'all coming to the book reading. It was quite fun to be able to read these women's stories, and hopefully it will help somebody, if it's just one woman that can get to the doctor soon, sooner than later, and save their life. That's that's all that matters. And even if somebody was, was here and wasn't paying attention, uh, didn't, maybe, just maybe, they'll think about the story. Well, thank you, Rochelle. Thank you very much. Because I appreciate my little small group of people. It may be small, but they mine. Yeah, they are mine. I don't need no 100 people. Yep. All right, Rita, baby. Yeah, you catch live, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll do. I think it's what did y'all say? 9 o'clock or 8? Which one did y'all want? I wanna. I want everybody that wanna, you know, be here. Be here. It hadn't came yet. Yeah, you probably just give it a little bit more time. Yeah, yeah. It's normal that it haven't came yet. Yeah, definitely. That's why I always say I don't need no 100 people. Mm-mm. What I have is fine. I know everybody. I know everybody's name. No, and that's good for me. If it get bigger, it get better, bigger. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it just needed a little bit more time. Mm, what time is it? 11, 12, 12 o'clock. Or 12 o'clock my time. My notification don't come on after this. Oh, they have been doing that. Oh, really? Oh, I hope not. Yeah, I hope not. Because I put it on my community wall, too. And I think I added it on the trial that I did last night. Because if y'all didn't if y'all happen not to see, I did a trial sample of one of the stories. Um, I did it last night, but not live. I just did a video, and then I uploaded it. It's you couldn't see me. I did the black because I was in the bed, and something just hit me and say, "Hey, why don't you do you know a, a test and do one of the stories and see." So if y'all didn't haven't seen it already, go check it out. It's one of the ladies named Cindy or Koski or something like that. Check it out and give me that thumbs up. Yep, I appreciate. I got to speak to my people that's in the bushes and in the clouds. Hello. I forgot to talk to y'all before the crowd came in. I usually talk to the talk to the people in the clouds and in the bushes. I got some uh, supporters that stay in the bushes and the clouds. That's okay. Whatever make them comfortable. Yeah, I'll try to put it in the community on my wall again. Hopefully, if you don't get your notification, you might see it. That's the video I seen. Oh, you seen that one? Oh, okay. I didn't get the notification from last night. Yeah, I didn't do it live. I just I did the black screen and yeah. Hmm. Yeah, the bush people. Yeah. Yeah, some people just don't just rather listen from afar. we got we got 5 people here. Who don't want to sleep? Oh, y'all not sleep. Yeah, wide awake. I cloud watch. Yeah, my cloud watches. Hmm. I hope Davin ain't fell asleep in a bathtub. Hmm. Well, I guess since my battery is acting a fool, trying to die on me. That was me first. Yeah, yeah, I remember you told me not too long ago. I was like, really? Oh, okay. And let me see, what's that lady's name? Um, is it Aquarius Mindset? I'm working on my report. Oh, your website. Website. Well, my words are getting jumbled up. I can't even talk. Uh, for your jury. I thought you was trolling and said it is my real name. Yeah, I did too. I thought it was a troll. Oh, okay, Mo. All right, get it done. Until I think I was in maybe 5 8. What was it? My some chat, and she had told me she be in the bushes in the clouds, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, come on down. What's wrong? You woke up sweating. Yeah, I told you. I think you got the flu. But you need to get a thick blanket. They said you need to get a thick blanket and make sure you stay warm. Get you some cough syrup. Yeah. Uh, my grandson, I think he got the flu. These are not real names. Yeah, it sure ain't. And I ain't no way, not the way these people are doxing folks. He's got yeah, he's been out for 2 days, and he just turned the shower on. He said he woke up sweating. I don't know why he don't take a shower. You know that 10 biggest flu outbreaks. Oh, really? No, I didn't know. No, I had my doctor's appointment, and you know, you can tell when you're getting old when the 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 department that they send you to is geriatrics. Yeah, they said I'm in the geriatrics department now, and you can tell when you're getting old because they offer, I guess, old people flu shots and pneumonia shots. I say, dang, I should didn't get there fast. Yeah, yeah, probably so. Cause even the two little ones had missed school. One of them had, no, both of them had fever, and then the oldest one had fever. Oh goodness, yeah. So three of them was out. I say, dang, it don't just hit one of y'all. It got three of you. Guess the other two either safe or mm, y'all. If my phone die, it's because let me turn 54. Um, oh, okay, yeah, and I turned up 56. So I'm showing up geriatric. Mm. I'm headed out. All right, Rita, baby. Yeah, we're gonna get off to here and look at because ain't more. Ain't nothing happening, I guess. I guess I go check out Quantity's video if she haven't. You can hear me. You can't hear. You can't hear me, Mo. Rude baby. uh, y'all, nobody. All right, Rita, baby. I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna do it at I guess 9 o'clock. It's a good time for y'all. You can't now, or you can now. I'm gonna check you out real quick. Yeah, I will be able to use my senior citizen discount. Yeah, no. Hmm. Oh, okay. Y'all hear me now? It's probably my phone. I don't know what. I don't know what's the problem. I've got to get a charger. Like every time I want to do a live, my phone it just refuses to charge. I know that's right. I don't have no problem using it. But it's just like, you want your flu shot today and your pneumonia shot? Yeah, you know, I got kind of pissed when I was going to start going to the clinic I go to, and they send me to geriatrics. I was like, geriatrics? I told them no, I didn't want the flu shot because I did not want to be sick. Geriatric. I said, I walked in there, all them old folks. I was like, now, wait a minute. There's that one department around the corner that's called adults. Why couldn't I go in there? Why I have to go to geriatrics? Make me feel like I'm 70 years old. My geriatrics. Now my phone is getting too hot. It won't even charge. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call them in. May take this. Yeah, I was surprised that they didn't try to forcefully make me take it. I took it 1 year. Um, but now the pneumonia shot, I think I should have taken it. So I think I may call and ask, can I get it? Because the way I've been coughing. Mhm. Just in case, if my phone die, uh, I appreciate y'all. I know for some reason my charger won't charge my phone. So it's got a 4%, something like that. So just in case it got cut off. And I appreciate y'all coming in, listening to my little story, and we will do it again tomorrow. I hope Tita talks. She wanted to. I forgot. Um, I should have left her a message under her video or something. But she can look at the replay. So. Shakira, did you go watch Corny? Oh, I bet she was kicking up her. If she's still on Sean Bradley, man, she must have got mad all over again thinking about. All right, Rochelle, thanks for coming by. And if you're not busy tomorrow, we'll be here tomorrow for the next story. Yeah, we're gonna get off here anyway. So that my phone won't just cut off. I could at least say goodbye to everybody instead of just my phone dying. Let's see, who's it? y'all, I guess we'll get off of here. Yeah, you have a good night, Rochelle. What the hell happened? Did I do that? I think I did. What the heck? Did that just... Oh, I don't know what happened. 2%. Alright, good night. I don't know what happened to my phone. Well, that's... Ooh, it's, my phone is hot. Okay. What the heck was wrong with that? Alright, love Blake, you have a good night. You and Rochelle. And we shall see y'all tomorrow. Let's see. Mo, you have a good one. I don't know who else is in here. I know it. I was like, come on now, what happened to the phone? I mean, all up in my face, all up my nose.